right. So I've been testing out Gamemaker instead of Godot. Just kind of shifting gears a bit, trying something different. I had used Gamemaker for a couple of years before, but yeah, anyway, I have a basic battle loop set up for a turn-based system. And I'll just be adding on to that. I'm not going to be doing like a tutorial format. I'm just more so working and showing the progress as I go along. If you're coming from Godot, I know I think all of my videos have been in Godot before. You'll note that the code syntax is a bit different. As I understand it, this is closer to a C style language as opposed to a Python style. But the logic is pretty much the same. Let's make a fourth. Let's call it Godot, since we're talking about Godot. Let's make them kind of powerful. Maybe they'll be like that. So they should pop up in, or yeah, cool. So that's fine. But I think I want to try, my main inspiration right now is Dragon Warrior 2, which had 3 party members, and so I'm kind of basing what I'm doing on that. Let's just try that. Let's see what that looks like. Forget the exact spacing. Yeah, we need like a couple more pixels there. I'm just doing this by hand for now. Yeah, there we go. I can full screen that. I think I probably want to get selection of targets. We also need grouping of enemies. So let's get some notes going for today or current. So grouping of enemies for enemy info. And then target selection via enemy info as menu. So if we run that again, basically like when I hit fight, we need to go over here and be able to select this and have it function like a menu over here. Before I do that, I think I just want to group these guys. So if we have 3 in a row, or any number in a row, any multiple, that we want to condense them on the battle info and print out their quantity. Let's do that. I'm also gonna, I don't know why I still have that cursor showing up. That's weird there. Now it's gone. That was a glitch. Let's do this. Function size. That seems okay. Yeah. That's just a helper function. Now I can do size. That. Make sure it's not already built in. Yeah, I don't think it is. I like that better than array length. Okay, so grouping them. Now we have 5. Let's make sure they're all printing out. Yeah, cool. And you can see it bugs out because it's not even accounting for that extra space there. So I think we'll handle this in the create event. Make sure I have, yeah, levels look fine. Just collapse some of that. So I think we can check if they match the previous type. So let's do an array up here. Enemies. It's a little bit verbose, but enemies in sequence. And we'll probably need to get the previous enemy. Like if I greater than 0, we wanted to we want to check if it's the same. So it'd be like first let's get data up here. Then if data data.name is equal to I minus 1, we get the previous one. Then enemies sequence plus plus. And this is better. Choose pointer null. So no, that's fine. I'm kind of overcomplicating it here. Let's just stick with that. So we get the new data. We check if the name matches the previous one's name. Ideally, we'd probably have some kind of type as an integer, but this is okay for now. We'll just do a string check. You know, there are only going to be like a max of what, 6, maybe 7 enemies in a battle at a time, so it's not like a super important optimization feature there, so no worries. So we increment enemies in sequence, else enemies in sequence 0. But before we do that, we need to have some kind of array. If we run this, we need to have an array of data over here. And so as this cohort is updated, we need to print out. So like ultimately, if we have 5 slimes, we know we want that to say slime and then have the number 5 after it. So we reset that. Let's just put like to do finish here. After we do this, let's see. Maybe like enemy enemy GUI, enemy info list. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of like the best way to handle that. So if we loop through and update that. Now let's just make an empty array. Enemy info. So when we hit the end of one, we want to do, I think we do need data previews. Do we? Am I just trying to overcomplicate it again? Let's see. Enemies in sequence plus plus. Sure. Let's do that so we can use it again and make it a little bit easier to read. So the enemy info, we're going to add to it. So it'll be like array push data previous dot name plus enemies and then we reset that. Oh, we have to supply the array as well. Should be enemy. All right, so we have the enemy info. We're just not using it yet. So let me find our draw event. So this is the menu. Here's the party info. Enemy info. Menu and enemy info. Yeah, I don't think we need to set the color here. Let's just do it once here. So we're not color coding those enemies. Draw text. You can see I made a note about that. So here we're looping through the enemy cohort. Now we're going to do enemy info. And yeah. So we're not getting anything. Oh, because we need to call this again at the end here. If enemies equals 0. And I'm going to make a region like that way it's a bit organized. And we can just collapse that now up here. And run the game. Nothing. Okay. Let's see what's going on. So if enemies in sequence is greater than 0, that was wrong. Slime 4. Convert string to integer. All right, let's take a look at that. Also, we need. Let's see what the problem is. Draw line 83. Get this over here. Enemy info. Yeah, we just have to get rid of name. There we go. Although it's not adding correctly. If I is greater than 0. I guess it has to be 1 when we reset it. And then this will have to be, yeah, greater than 0 is still fine there. But our count's right. Now we need to be able to update that count as the battle progresses. As you'll see, if we defeat a slime, it'll still print out as having 5. Also in future ones, let's get Godot. Slime should have, I think, 5 health. Yeah, so you can see it's not updating because we don't have that in. So basically, I probably want to separate this logic so that we can call that at the start of every turn and update enemy info. And so we're going to make a function look like this: update enemy info equals function. And then we're just going to throw all of this in there. And I think now I'm actually going to take that out of there. And so we declare enemy info, and then we're going to call update enemy info here. Or actually, logically, we have to call it at the end. I think probably now we can get rid of that region. Okay. state info. And let's take a look at that. Can I just like middle click now? So at the beginning, we have to clear enemy info. Just do it like that. Oops. And yeah. So now we're calling that once when we create. But really, I think we just want to call that in set state. So we do all of that and then we call that there. So every time we go back to the choosing state, we're going to make sure our enemy info is correct. The main problem with this is that I don't think we're updating our cohort when an enemy is defeated. So let's go and take a look at that. That'll be in our run event. It's when all of our actions happen. Right now I just have hard-coded damage. I might actually increase it so we can one-shot slimes for quicker testing. Let me see here. So targets defeated. And then if target we can remove them from the cohort. So the main thing that I'm trying to adjust to in Gamemaker is that there's no, to my knowledge, signal system. That's something I used a lot in Godot. So here I don't have any way of listening for events like that, other than the built-in events. So that's something I'm gonna have to figure out a solution for, because it's kind of sloppy how I have it right now, or it feels that way. Anyway, we'll just roll with it for now. So if they're defeated, I don't think we have to do anything if they're friendly. I'll just put like a comment there. Else, we want to do enemy. We want to remove them from the cohort. It would be like array. What is it? Pop. And then we put enemy cohort. Does this not take another? That takes the last. All right. Let's look at array functions. Right, delete. No, we need to be able to do it by supplying the variant. Shuffle length. I'm just gonna pause real quick. I'll be here. I just need to check the settings here. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Let's bring it back. Yeah, I'm not sure why there's no way, no apparent I mean, we can do a get index. Variable index. It's the index of a specific value in a given array. Let's make a custom script here. Remove. And just put variant. Index equals array find. I can't believe there's no way. Array variant. Maybe, oh, array get index. And we have to supply the array too. Just do that. Array variant. And then return null, pointer null. Else return sorry, we do that down here. We want to know if this happens, I think. I don't know. So the array index. Let's do not equals to, do that. We return the index either way. Number of values to delete would just be 1. So now in here we want to do array move. So enemy and target. Okay. That was lots of fun. So we'll be updating that array as the targets get defeated. I want to know how the enemy updates. I don't remember how I did that. It's just always checking its HP to see if it's changed. right? Okay. So now let's see if our count updates in the GUI. It does not, and there's a little weird blip there. So let's see what the problem is. Array remove. Let's print index here. See if that's not working or what's going on there. One, that's correct. 3, so the indexes are coming back correctly. Our indexes work. Does array delete return? No. Let's take a look in the manual. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we're calling that. That code's definitely being called. Up here we are calling set state. And we're supposed to be updating the enemy info here. Let's print it once up there. We're going to print it down at the bottom here. And let's try and deduce why that's not updating. Because we already realized, or we confirmed rather, that we are removing these guys from the cohort. So no, it's not happening. What is going on with the enemy cohort? You can see we have those 5 slimes. Alright, so they're just not getting removed. Oh, that's why we didn't have a not equals. Need to get some sound. And do we have it? Let's see. Beautiful. What? Where'd he come from? 1, 2. I don't know why that one popped back up. That's very weird. Let's restart. Oh. Data preview is not set before reading it. Let's get rid of this. Oh. Are we using that? Let's do this. And it's like we need to shuffle our events. Also, I don't know why those two are connected. And let's try and follow this. So I think it starts at the bottom and works its way up. And so we're in this run event loop, and I can see it's getting to the end. We're going to set state choose. We're updating the enemy info, and then it crashes in that. It's telling us unknown object not set. Aha, so this needs to do if size enemy cohort is equal to 0, then we want to return. And sorry, no, we don't want to return. Either way, we want to clear that. Right? Or no, we can do that down here. Up here, we want to set enemy info to, it'll just be an empty string. I take that back. It doesn't matter. Just do that. Let's make sure we don't crash when we have 0 enemies left. I don't know why those are coming back. Let me take a look here. What the heck is happening with that? That is bizarre. For some reason, they share data. Anyway, we win. We go back. Yeah. So we need to get the end state eventually. Anyway, minor progress. So I think the next step is that we want to when we press fight, we want to do our menu selection. So we'll have probably a menu state, and I will be right back. Let me put up a little. I need to update that. Let's say 2 minutes. Actually, I'll leave this up so I don't forget. All right. So I left off, I wanted to get menu states. So we'll go from here to there. I mean, long term, it would probably make sense to make a menu class. Yeah, I think that makes sense. It's going to get a little clunky if we don't. So let's go ahead and do that. Everything's a little bit different here from Godot, so I'm going to look at my battle actor, and I'm just going to kind of, I just want this top part so that I know the formatting. I think it'll update the name automatically. No? Okay. Call this menu. Also, battle actors shouldn't probably, I don't know if we capitalize constructors. Is that proper formatting? I try to stick with whatever they suggest. Yeah, they do. So we'll do camel case like that. Cool. So back to menu. So I think name is probably fine. We'll add other things later. Just look at this formatting again. Yeah. And then we can make some functions. What's the format for the static? And then, okay. I don't know if these are going to be static. Index equals 0. uh, I don't know, maybe it's overkill right now to have it as a menu. No, let's give it a shot. So first, let's make sure it's saved. Oh, it's going to need an index of the buttons. Yes, let's do that. So we can do that. Alright, so now we're going to do like options menu equals menu. Sorry, new menu. And something like that. So we can get rid of that. And what we can do is in menu, we can give it a size. That's a, I mean, that as a function. I don't know if I like that now. Let's replace that. I think I was using that any. Oh, we are. Let's try this size. Yeah, let's just get rid of this. That was a failed experiment. So in menu, I'm going to do size equals array of length buttons. That way we just have it. It's kind of nice to have. We can do things like, you know, the menu dot size. I think probably enemy info is going to be a menu. Yeah. I'm not sure why it's not showing up in orange text. Oh, we have it improperly labeled. So we do that. This will be enemy info. The name's kind of redundant, isn't it? We'll keep it for now. That's just going to be an empty array. Maybe we'll set it empty by default. We'll keep that for now. Let's go back here. Just do that. All right. So that's exciting, getting more constructor classes in there. Takes no less than 2. I think you're mistaken there, Feather. I have it right there. Let's try clean. See if that fixes anything. It does not. Let me try just reopening. It's the wrong object. Yeah, that fixed it. Okay. So we do have to change how we interact with these. The nice thing is I think we can draw it. We can probably make that draw function reusable within the menu. Panel options X. I'm not going to worry about that for now, though. Come back. Maybe I'll make a note. Menu. But now we can do enemy info dot size. Buttons. Options. And options dot size. Options dot index. Just updating everything to work with how we had it. Player index looks good. No errors. Let's see if everything runs. I'd be surprised. Options length. So where am I using that? In the step event. So yeah, all of these needs to be options dot index. And then there's going to be, I think, an options length somewhere. Yeah, right here. Probably put this. Options dot get input. Let's do this handle input. And so what I'm gonna do is paste this back in, and we're gonna I take that back. We'll do like handle directional input. Okay, so we'll go back to the menu. Now, if we make it static, we could do something like move cursor. Move highlight. What do we want to call this? Like move through. And then just do that. Just remove the options because we're going to use this in every menu. And clean that up a bit. Also, do this in here. What's wrong? Static equals function. There we go. All right, cool. And then we want to do if. I think that's fine to keep that separate from the menu. Let's see if we still have access to that input. Dot options not set. Where's that happening? Line 5. Let's just call that options. Just make sure that's fine. So there's no other instances. I just need to update that at one place. That's good. All right. Oh, we need to update the size, I think, for enemy info. Yeah, this is where we're messing up because we don't have typed variables in Gamemaker. So this needs to be enemy info dot buttons. Actually, let's do like clear. Let's give it a clear function. And just do that. And that's equals 0. Just gonna update that. Alright, we're close. We have our menu movement. We don't have this showing properly though. Info buttons. We have to update the size, which I think I'll make a function so that it's dynamic. Interesting. Oh, no, why is that not working? Oh, because we're not calling it as a function in here. Just look up size. Options set size. These all look fine. Static size equals function. Might change that to get size. And then the one we have to update manually is this. I think that's just a little bit clearer. And we're looking good. So it looks like we have the same functionality that we had before we made the menu class, but now we have this reusable menu system. And so what we can do is now we can focus onto that menu when we hit fight, and it'll have the same functionality as this one. So in the step, we go here, and yeah, you can see I made a note for that. Let's get rid of that, and let's think here. We're going to do enemy info dot I'm going to get a drink real quick. Real quick. So, I'm going to put this at the top. And clear. Now it's just going to set index equal to 0. Do that. So really reset should come above it. All right, it's coming together here. It be so enemy info. I think really we're gonna have a separate state. States targeting. So I'm gonna grab that and go to create and make sure we add that. And then we can do down here. Let's just do this. Bump this up and oops. Yeah, the same thing. We're checking if we get that input pressed. And so instead of getting a random enemy, we're going to figure out which enemy cohort we are on. And so, it's going to be a random cohort, but based on that type. Which is a little tricky because these are all separate entities, whereas in Dragon Warrior, they're separate, but they're grouped. Just brainstorming a bit. Let's do this. Like wild target. Do this. Info. How do I translate that? I think for now, I'm not even going to care. We're just going to fake it. But we go to next player. Let's see what happens in there. Else set states that choosing. Interesting. Interesting. Let's do this not equal. State equal. Not sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to need to make the drawing happen in the menu code. It's just going to get pretty repetitive if we're always doing this out here. So I'll make a note for that, and then we'll translate all that next time. I'm going to take a break. I have to run and get some other stuff done. But after this, after I end this, feel free to leave any comments if you have any questions or feedback or whatever. And if you've been using Godot, let me know what you think about Gamemaker, or if you want me to keep using Gamemaker for a bit or go back to Godot, whatever. It's all good. All right, I'll see you next time. And